Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for adult swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Hail and howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double D's. And I think my camera's a little off. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. How we doing? I'm a professional. It's Monday. It's Monday. Can we forgive Monday-itis? Is that a word? Monday-itis. I feel like I have Monday-itis to this morning, yet not. I mean, here's the thing. I woke up. I got just enough sleep, despite dreams of killing monsters, because I played Monster Hunter last night before I went to sleep. And here's the thing. I'm looking at today. And not fair. Full disclosure. Full and fair disclosure. I got nothing this morning. Nothing has popped out at me. Nothing major has happened. Unlike last week where the Saudis bought EA, I didn't wake up to anything crazy today. But I am looking around the internet. And you ever have that feeling where you look at everything and you think, am I missing something? Do you ever have that feeling where you're looking at everything everybody's talking about and you feel like it's passing right by you and you acknowledge that things are happening, but you feel as though you're not connected to these events at all? I feel like that this morning. I mean, some of the reasons I can pinpoint, but some of the reasons I cannot. We talked about it yesterday. I can pinpoint that I am mentally exhausted from the glazing of Ghost of Yote. It's mentally exhausting. And we tried to talk about it objectively yesterday. And the more I think about it, it's one of those things where I don't really want to talk about it because it's fighting us. It's that internet effect. It's the internet effect. The tsunami of glaze. That came out really wrong there. The tsunami. The tsunami of false narratives. It's that old adage. If you tell a lie enough times, it becomes truth. And of course, once again, full disclosure, full and fair disclosure. I'm going to say it like that now. Full and fair disclosure. I'm not playing Ghost of Yote. I have no plans to play it right now. Therefore, I cannot give a definitive take on the game itself. But based upon what we've seen, just like with Superman 2025, it feels like a very coordinated effort to run cover for something. I mean, there are several people who I have zero respect for who are covering this on social media, but I will give them credit when they uncover a little bit of stuff here and there. This morning, a lot of the foreign outlets, or we'll just say foreign sales, are trying to they're trying to pin down news that, hey, it's selling here. They have one Japanese outlet is quoted, it's selling like hotcakes. That's not a Japanese phrase. To say it's selling like hotcakes, that's not a Japanese phrase. That's a Western American phrase. The Japanese have their own colloquialisms, their own memes that they use to refer to things. That's not a Japanese phrase. So I see that headline, and I think to myself, I feel like you're making it up. I feel as though you're making this up, that is not a legitimate quote. And then at the same time, they're talking about today how Yotei is the number one selling game physical copy in England, in Britain. Yet some people have dug up in the discussions of it that it's selling 40% behind Ghost of Tsushima in its opening. So when you see this harkens back to what I was talking about yesterday when myself, Jed, and Dre were discussing this. I feel as though there's just something off concerning this. So I'm watching the world go by me. And to quote Jed yesterday, there are people on our side of we're not interested in Yotei who are taking the complete wrong approach to criticizing this, complaining about things, going after in a way. It's like, yeah, you're not really helping the matter here. You're not coming at this in a rational way. And we've tried to come at this in a rational way to break it down, to say from the looks of it, it looks like just a mid rehashing of Tsushima, which had soul, and this one doesn't have soul. But then you get the constant and incessant push by the Yotei stands. It's better than Tsushima. Oh, there's so much to do. How many times I have seen too many this one. And I should have been. Again, this is my fault. Whenever I look at this stuff, my brain isn't quite turned on yet, so I forget to bookmark them, and I realize too late. And of course, it's X. So once I refresh, it's gone forever. I'm never going to find it again. But but we showed one yesterday. We did show one yesterday. So we've shown the physical thing about it, where they have to put up their PlayStation trophy snapshot. I've only got this many trophies, but I've spent this many hours in the game because I'm just wandering around, embracing the beauty. I just love exploring in this game. I just look around. Newsflash. Tell me you didn't play Tsushima without telling me you didn't play Tsushima. Because in Tsushima, you did the same shit. You wandered around looking for shit. You wandered around exploring the vast plains, the beautiful landscape. But you know what? Real gamers, real players didn't wander around glazing. Oh my God, the grass is flowing in such a way. It's touching my testicles. I mean, there's a difference. And I think the more we watch this, the more we read this, the more we interact with this, the more we absorb what's going on here, there's a definite distance between those who legitimately play games and are gamers and appreciate games when they're great, and those who are playing it because they're latching onto an agenda. So I think the longer this game goes on, the more it's going to be revealed for the mid release that it is. And the mid game that is it. They can hide it with different weapons and extra things, extra environment things that weren't in Tsushima all they want. But I have a feeling the longer this goes on, and it was the same exact thing with Veilguard. I mentioned it yesterday in our discussion. Same exact thing with Veilguard. They went so hard that first week, and they're doing the same thing. Check out my look. Check out my fit. They're all posting how Antifa woman looks in armor in the game. With check it out, like I look so cool. We don't behave like this. Gamers don't behave like this. Tourists behave like this. Tourists. And we should call them out for what they are. Tourists. Look at me. I'm playing my game on my giant TV screen. There is such a thing as too big when you're playing a game on a screen, because the bigger it is, the farther away you have to sit, because guess what? Your eye needs to be able to capture everything going on the screen if you're going to react to it in an action game. I hate social media. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I hate social media. I hate the way everybody has to show everything off. Once in a while, if I've been talking about it, I'll take a picture and say, I got you again, old friend, because I talked about it for a long time. When I got Lunar in my hands, I said, yes, I'm going to remind everybody that I've been excited and I got this. I did it with Suikoden Remaster Collection. Or I'll do it and I'll send it to somebody privately. Yeah, you missed a clippable moment. You missed a clippable moment. You'll go back a couple minutes. It'll be there. Hey, listen. I clear my browser history every day of whatever I looked at. My browser history is clean. When I'm done, I get rid of it. There ain't no looking at my browser history. It's deleted. I'm careful. I don't need to be typing something and have it come up live on stream by accident. Because, as an experienced interneter, I'll go straight to the address bar and I'll start just typing something in. And, the history is going to show up. We don't know. Oh, giant-breasted Japanese women. Hey, all right. No, we don't need that coming up live on stream by accident. We've taken a turn towards that already. I'm trying to be serious here. Trying to be serious. Talk about where my head's at as I look at the day, because today is, at least on my feed, it's Yote shit, because I've been talking Yote for a couple of days now, and I've been stopping reading. I have a bunch of shit bookmarks still. I didn't clear my bookmarks on X from stuff I had saved for yesterday. So that's what that dominated, but nothing. It's nothing. Nothing happened. No. Let's get it clear. It was about not my testicles, but grass touching testicles. Like, listen, I said what I said. I said what I said, and it's clippable moments. Listen, I gotta make you guys work for something, huh? Anyway, so I just thought I'd share some thoughts as I want to do when we start this. Because I usually do it also when I don't have anything else to talk about. I go, let's go to what am I pondering at the moment? What am I pondering? But it is the Daily Dive. It is the double Ds. And that means the normal rules apply. $5 to order an Adam rant on just about anything. $10, you can ask me a question. I'll tell you no lies. And we'll have a discussion. We'll go down a rabbit hole together. Then, let's see. $10 also rents video games, 30 minutes playtime, either streamed or recorded. Party animals will come around again, I'm sure, and I'll pay off that debt that I owe you, and you'll add time to it, because that's how it's going to work. $15 gets you also an instant hot take reaction to an article in the news that we come across, or one you may have found you want me to react to. $20, we do everybody's favorite. We watch videos. And I react to them, good and bad. And $30 gets you a chat, maybe watch us reviews, where I will watch a movie or an episode of television of your choice and review it live on stream. You always got to give me a couple days. You got the burb hunt done? Nice. Yeah, I didn't come back because it's Sunday nights after I finished Wormhole Watch. That's Monster Hunter Wilds with some of the other guys. So that's where I was grinding away, trying to catch up so that I can join them on some actual hunts. I think I crossed a couple of thresholds last night. And, it is 2 p.m. my time. You fucking landscapers, shut up! They've been going all morning. I hate them. Anyway, as I was saying, be it that it's now 1:15 p.m., we may or may not have a house. I just realized that about 20 minutes ago. We may or may not have a house. So when we're done here, I would do it live, but it's 14's installed on another computer. So it's I can't bring it up. And even if I did, I'd have to start swapping my keyboard and mouse around because I have 2 different USB strips attached to each computer. So I switch things around. So I can't look it up right now, but I will be looking it up right after to see if we have house or not. I hope we do. When I looked last night, we had a 1 in 25 chance in getting it. So I really hope we got the house. Maybe that'll be a lucky thing that'll happen. Is Monster Hunter Wilds worth it? Well, here's the thing, Diz. Have you played any Monster Hunter game before? First, there's that. Because it's good to have a reference point. I had played Monster Hunter World before, so I have a somewhat of a foundation. Sam's been playing the game for 20 years. He's been playing the franchise for 20 years, so everything's old hat to him. I'm enjoying it. I like it. I'm not doing it to stream. It's for private play with me and some of the other guys. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it. It's relaxing to go out and hunt the monsters. The story is shit. The story ain't worth shit. But it's fun. I like fun monsters. I enjoy my chosen weapon style of the dual blades. There's like a dozen different weapons to choose from for your fighting and play style. And once you understand the mechanics of attacking limbs, and this one has a wounds function where you will wound the monster and you can then double down and do extra damage to the wound and gimp it even more. Breaking off tails, damaging heads, breaking off horns, stuff like that. There's a lot, and there's a lot to it, but it's fun. And it is better with friends. I've played it. Kel's right. I've played it with people before, very limited when I played Worlds, but I did play with people. And you get to a point where you need people for more difficult hunts and larger hunts. This game has improved it. You can summon NPCs now who can join you in the fight, but that's still not as fun as playing with your buddies. And I'm almost there. I've almost caught up enough, as I said, because I've reached that point where I don't have a level cap anymore, and my hunter rank is going up with every hunt that I complete, every mission I complete, and quest I complete. So it is a good time. I like it, but it's not for everybody. And it can become tedious and repetitive, but it isn't. I don't feel like it was a waste of money. I mean, I bought it for $20 less than it was because I had been keeping an eye on it since earlier this year on Amazon, and I knew I was going to eventually join people to play, but I didn't want to spend $70 on it. And when it dropped to $40, I was like, hey, $20 drop, $25 drop. Yeah, I'm gonna jump on it now. And I've been playing for about 3 weeks now. I think last I checked, I have at the moment I probably have about 40 hours in it. And I've almost cleared the regular storyline because it's not about the story. It's about unlocking all the monsters and then just hunting the hell out of everything. And then going with your buddies to it. And because they just got an update collaboration with why did the banner go away? That was weird. I must have accidentally clicked it off. Anyway, the ticker. We have a collaboration with Square Enix for Final Fantasy 14. They have Omega in it, and Sam has been fighting it, but he can't beat Savage yet. It'll be helpful when we get up high enough to help him fight that. Of course, I want the weapons and gear. And tomorrow in Final Fantasy 14, the Monster Hunter and the collaboration comes over to 14. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. I'll be hunting Arkveld, getting in on that, and getting all the loot, and that'll become a grind for a while to get the accessories and loot. I mean, well, I don't know how active World still is right now. Now, all this stuff is cross-play platform. All platforms can play together. I mean, we're all playing on PS5 at the moment, but a couple other people who are in the Hunter Guild that Sam put together are playing on PC. So it is cross-platform. And same with Final Fantasy 14, cross-platform. Everybody can play. And if you guys are interested in joining, you just let me know. If you're interested in joining Monster Wilds, let Sam know. 14 Wilds, all are welcome to join us as we're just having fun. It's just casual gaming, good time. And the game, I mean, people want to talk about how Monster Hunter Wilds fell off. It had a very large initial bump because it looked fresh, and also Gemma's tits were just out there. Your blacksmith in the game, she got a pretty girl with big ass titties, and thick yet slim. You know, that good combination. She got everything in all the right places, and people got into it. Point is, though, people would say, "Oh, it fell off." It had all these hundreds of thousands of people playing it. Here's the thing: Monster Hunter, it's a niche franchise. It's not in the West. It's a niche franchise. It's big in the East. Japanese love it. I don't know about the South Koreans, but I would assume they like it too. But here in the West, it's a niche franchise. So the fact that it's not pulling in the giant numbers, it's not a surprise because it's for the eventual hardcores and the people who play up. And what I recommend is, if you want to start with World. It is a good starting point. I don't know how active it is anymore, but you could solo your way through most of it, just get the feel for it. And then Wilds is fun. And now we're not playing with randos, we're playing with each other. And you can play with randos. You can. I just you guys know my stance on randos. I don't like playing with randos if I can help it. 14 is about as far as I go, and even then now it's gotten a little worse lately. But it's enjoyable. I would recommend it at this point as a semi-experienced player of the franchise. And if you ever have any really good questions, Sam is the guy to go to. Sam Infamous. He is the guy to go to. He has all the lore. But I say go for it. Have some fun. If you already have World, play World. And if you like it, go for Wilds. Since you already have access to one game, play that first, and then see if you want to play more. That's a good way. That's my best advice to approach it. All right, you know what? We've conversed. We've gone back and forth a little bit. So why don't we get to the news? See what's going on. See if I can find an interest in anything that's going on out there. Okay. Beep, boop, boop, boop. There we go. All right. As usual, variety. The twisted tale of Amanda Knox starts great. I don't care. Who gives a fuck? Really? Who cares? Don't care about Kate Hudson. She's a Nepo baby. Don't care. Studio Canal sets Murder Most Unladylike TV series based on Robin Stevens' hit children's mystery books. Yeah, no thanks. Nicole Kidman, Elle Fanning, legal thriller Discretion lands on Paramount Plus with straight to TV series order. I'm not generally into that, but it seems to me that Paramount Plus has stumbled upon the old school I'm going to say semi-procedural because no streamer show is a procedural anymore like we are used to from the days of network television, as it were, because they're still out there, but nobody watches them anymore. But it seems like Paramount Plus has stumbled into a certain type of genre that people want to do it. I cannot speak to that, Weasel, because I'm playing on my PS5 and it runs fine. And so is Sam. So we can't really speak to that. But I believe they fixed a lot of issues. I believe they have. You'd have to ask about it, but it is fun. It is a good time. I will say that I'm having a lot of fun. I haven't had a single problem on the PS5. Music, don't care, but she looks pretty. Gingerbread House Holiday Competition Series to debut in November in Chip and Joanna Gaines Magnolia. Okay, I find gingerbread disgusting. Do you guys find gingerbread disgusting? I find gingerbread disgusting. It's just not appealing at all. I don't like it. Not at all. Taylor Swift says it's shockingly offensive to claim she will stop making music due to Travis Kelce marriage. I wish she didn't exist as an entity that everybody cared about. I wish she'd go away. It's mind-numbingly stupid. Anybody who follows this, cares about this, you're mind-numbingly stupid. And go run headfirst into a wall. Fucking Swifties. George Clooney refused to raise his kids in Hollywood because they were never going to get a fair shake in life. Moved to a farm in France or they don't give a shit about fame. You hypocritical, arrogant motherfucker. What a hypocrite. Running around, making everything political. Oh, I don't want to raise my kids in Hollywood. Ooh. Yeah, but you'll push a policies and agenda, or you'll push ideology that's going to ruin the rest of the country for everybody else's kids. Go fuck yourself, Clooney. Go fuck yourself. You piece of shit. Despise you. I used to like a couple of his movies too. There were a couple of movies that I did enjoy, but I can't watch him anymore. It disgusts me. Steven Universe this monster. This agenda pronoun wielding bitch is a monster. Steven Universe creator Rebecca Sugar set for animated feature from Anna Perino. Oh my God. That's purely agenda. Steven Universe, and if you know, you know, one of the worst shows ever. Steven Universe was the beginning of the end of Cartoon Network. When that shit came out, that fucking pronoun, sexually ambiguous, alphabet mafia pushing bullshit, when that piece of horribly animated crap came out, made by this creature, that was the beginning of the end of the Cartoon Network as we knew it. It's like what? That's around 2011, 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere in that 3-year period where things were still hopping. When they canceled the Thundercats reboot and replaced it with crap like Steven Universe, that's when you knew this shit was done. It was still a couple more years before I fully checked out of Cartoon Network, but I eventually checked out because fuck them. Fuck them. God, this bitch is a villain. She's a villain of Western animation. Villain. Don't care about Tribeca. I can go suck all the dicks. Cyndi Lauper. That's his Vegas residency following TV shows on wrap up. Oh, come on. Oy, Cyndi Lauper. Well, she's as crazy as any of them are. American High sets Hulu comedy Never Change from Marty Shuzubobi. I don't know. Don't care. Nintendo Switch 2 is restocked. What do you mean restocked? There was always Switch 2s available. Shut the fuck up. I hate it when they try to pretend to be, we're hip with gaming. There was no shortage of Nintendo Switch 2s. It was very brief. They've been in stock for months. Shut up. Here we go. They're crying about Trump and tariffs again. Don't care. Can't blame tariffs for all your failures. Joaquin Phoenix reaction during editing Cannes ovation inspires comic short from filmmaker. Oh, who cares? Who cares? This isn't news. This is schlock. Okay, we're going to skim mode. No. No. Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog sets a multi-year license deal with the International Olympic Committee. Does that mean we're getting Sonic merch for the Olympics? Some people will dig that. Some people are going to dig that. You're a little late. They've already fixed it. They already put the guns back. Variety, the guns are back. This is why I didn't really talk about it. I mentioned it. I didn't really talk about it, but they put the guns back because the internet roasted them and memed them into submission. Ridley Scott says most new movies are so-so. He watches his own while drowning mediocrity. Pot, kettle black, stones, glass house, don't throw them. Ridley Scott, you haven't made a good film in 20, 30 years. You made a whole lot of shit the past decade. You need to shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Mr. Gladiator 2, Mr. Alien prequels. Shut up, old man. NBC's new NBA coverage lures American Express, McDonald's as key sponsors. NBA is back on NBC. I remember the days when that was on NBC. Had Bill Walton covering it. Isaiah Thomas, man, the Isaiah. Okay, you would only know this if you were watching the NBA back when it was on the NBC, and you had Walton and Isaiah Thomas and whoever their straight man was between them. Isaiah Thomas was a meme machine with the things he would say. Fantastic, incredible, generational basketball player. To quote Charles Barkley, Isaiah would cut your balls off to win. But as a commentator, Isaiah was dog shit. And he couldn't string together truly coherent sentences. And I just remember I had back in the day, had a whole list of great Isaiah Thomas one-liners. And one of my favorites was talking about one guy. Look at him, always moving, always moving. It's just, I don't remember that anymore. It's been such a long time since I've accessed that part of the memory banks. But Isaiah was essentially at the time audio meme glory for watching the NBA on NBC. It was great. And Bill Walton was just a cocksucker. He was a cocksucker as a commentator. Terrible, especially when the Lakers were on. Especially when the Lakers were on. All right, scanning. You know what? That's good enough. Let's move on to IGN. Okay. Assassin's Creed Mirage's Saudi-backed Valley of Memory expansion feels limited in how it can expand Basim's story. Newsflash, nobody cares about Basim's story. Nobody cares about accurately put, because this is going by what Jed told me, who played the game, your DLC turned into a full game event. Mirage was just a DLC that they took away from Valhalla and turned into a full game. It was terrible. The Fast X sequel is still coming if they can trim the budget by a massive amount. It's not over yet? I thought it was over. I thought it was done. I guess I concocted a memory in my head. I don't know. Unannounced Aliens Fire Team Elite 2 appears close to reveal. I guess if it's just a game, maybe. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms lacks one of the most iconic parts of Game of Thrones. It's shown and explains why. I believe it's a time past dragons. And listen, I could give a fuck about this show because fuck Germ, fuck all things A Song of Ice and Fire, fuck Game of Thrones, fuck House of the Dragon. It's all dog shit as far as I'm concerned. Having watched it, having given it a chance multiple times, I don't like it. I think it's terrible. I think he's a hack, and he's not that creative. Motherfucker did steal 7-star emblem though, representing gods from me. Motherfucker, get a chance to use it, asshole. Ghost Yote praised Japan for how quintessentially Hokkaido it feels. Sure. I don't want to talk Yote anymore. I really don't. I told you it's just going by me, and we've been over it. After epic journey lasting over almost 15 years, YouTuber Kurt J. Mack has finally reached Minecraft's far lands. I don't understand. I don't understand. I would need a Minecraft person to explain this to me. So I take it a guy just set off in a direction on his generated Minecraft world and kept going and just did adventures along the way. I'm guessing. And he reached something called the Far Lands. Again, I would need a Minecraft person to truly explain to me, is this epic or is this just the dude just walked in a direction for 15 years? I guess this guy must have a huge Minecraft channel. I guess somebody would have to. I need explaining. I would need explaining. And that's what I thought. You create your server with the world in it, and that's it. I don't know. I need a Minecraft player to explain this to me. Microsoft insists it's still commitment to first-party consoles after rumor Xbox plan to exit horror business hit the internet. Dude, they're running cover because everybody sees the writing on the wall. We talked about this yesterday. I'll be re-releasing that clip later this afternoon when we talk about the Game Pass stuff. Microsoft, they're not even competing in the console market anymore. Nobody wants an Xbox anymore. The era of Xbox is over. It's done. It had its moment. People want to say the Xbox 360 ruled the yard. I will always kind of push back on that. I mean, you guys I might have said this before. For people who claim that the Xbox 360 was the greatest console of that generation, that was the gamer's console, you're only calling it that because you played FPS games. That's why it's a skewed perspective, if you ask me. For those of us who played RPGs and other action type of games, other strategy games, other types of games like that, the PlayStation was equally viable in its competition, the PS3. It had more. It had a better library for other stuff. Xbox may have had some of the best generational FPS games with Halo and Gears and stuff like that in that generation, but at the same time, that's what they had. That's what they were good at. But a lot of people only play FPS games, so for them, oh my God, it was the thing. Now shut up. Just shut up. Trying to put your dick on the table and say this console is better than that. If you're crying and trying to tell me that Xbox 360 versus the PS3 and whatever and what was it, GameCube, what Nintendo were doing that, they're trying to tell me that was a console war. Yeah, hold my beer. Let me tell you about Nintendo versus Sega in the 80s and the early 90s. If you aren't old enough to know that, then shut up. I don't want to hear from you. And I don't want to hear how the 360 was number one. It was great for what it did, but try and expand your perspective. That's what I'm saying. I try to make sure if I'm going to, God, there you go. Well put, Kel. Well put. If they think because of Halo and COD and Gears and stuff like that, they thought that that's what gaming is. That made it the best. It was the gamer's console. It ruled the yard. It was a great thing. For that specific genre, sure. But there are other genres that millions of people played, myself included. I mean, the reason I went from Nintendo to Sony when I switched why I went with the PS1 is because Sony had a better RPG and strategy library than Nintendo did, and definitely than the Xbox did. Xbox, Microsoft, the Xbox RPG library was and always has been dog shit. So I really do. It's a pet peeve. I hate that because it's a tunnel visioned view. And when I weigh in on this stuff, I try to make sure I have a broader view, so you can understand that everything has a perspective. And the perspective right now, Microsoft is done. Listen, Sony's got plenty of problems. I criticize Sony as much as anybody can. I'm very critical of Sony. But the PS3 had a better library for me and in my opinion, a broader library than what the Xbox offered when it came to stuff. But that's already that's 15 years ago right now. So 97% of Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta cheaters were caught within 30 minutes of signing in, Activision says. Yeah, sure. They'll find another way to cheat because those bastards always do. Let's see. Taylor Swift's new movie conquered the box office over the weekend, but The Rock Smash Machine flopped hard. Listen, nobody went to see any of this shit, really. I'm sure the numbers are dog shit. It's not just Call of Duty. Microsoft confirms it scrapped the Xbox Game Pass discount on all games and DLC purchases. It just keeps getting worse for them. Don't. Kingmaker's delayed indefinitely, less than a week before its release date. Yeah, that's that game where you're in medieval Europe with machine guns and trucks. I was never interested in that game. So I've been going, yeah, all right, let's do it. Yeah. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not interested in shooting knights with machine guns. I'm not. That's just not entertaining to me. Trucks and machine guns in that. So yes, Kel. Here was the problem with the PS3. That was Sony's massive error when the PS3 came out. They started with it backwards compatible. A couple early ones did, but then they quickly changed it, and it wasn't. The PS3 should have been backwards compatible with the PS2. It should have been. That was a massive fail. And I hated that. That's the reason I kept purchasing PS2s. Every time I either my one would break, I'd get another one because I still had an active PS2 library that I wanted to go back to on occasion. So not being backwards compatible was a mistake. And that's why I cleared the PS4 also wasn't really backwards compatible either with the PS3. That was also a mistake with the PS4. See, I could call Sony out for stupid moves. That's why it's great that the PS5 is at least backwards compatible with the PS4. That was a smart move. Backward compatibility is a big deal. And you should always make your current gen compatible with the previous one so that it makes a transition easy for those of us who have been, for lack of a better term, loyal to it. Now, of course, in the day we live in, people have multiple consoles. We have multiple consoles. We have different things that we go to each console for. Certain things we can only go to this console for. It's like if you are a Pokemon fan, you can only go to a Switch. You can't go anywhere else. So you have to invest in a Switch or now a Switch 2. Or in this case, you can still just go with your Switch because Pokemon Z to A has a Switch version. So there's no need to get a Switch 2 if you want to play Pokemon Z to A, which is a little bit of a graphical upgrade for that reason. And I know in about a week, actually, no, I think it's next week, Dermy's going to get Z to A on his regular Switch because he doesn't have a Switch 2. And I'm considering something for a Pokemon coming in. I'm sure Dre's going to buy it on his Switch. He doesn't have a Switch 2. So, but yeah. Sony had backwards compatibility issues. They didn't do it is the problem, and it was a major mistake. I think the PS3 would have been an even bigger hit if it had been backwards compatible with PS2 because listen, the PS3 it had a great moment. It had a great thing going for it that it was a Blu-ray player. It was my Blu-ray player. I've said this before. All my DVD Blu-ray players have always been my PlayStation ever since the PS2. They're my movie database, my media center for movies. So that's always been a good selling point for me. And they're good players. They work very well. Very easy to manipulate. Not confusing. No confusing menus or anything like that. Just plug and play. Nintendo issues official statement in response to generative AI claim as OpenAI CEO Sam Altman calls Sora 2 copyrighted character videos interactive fan fiction. Back in the day with fanfics, you always put a disclaimer. I don't own this. I don't own that to try to avoid getting hit. And that is an avenue. Battlefield 6 global release times confirmed. Hey, Battlefield 6 people are getting ready, and I hope you have fun. If I may sometime way down the road, if enough people that I play games with play it, I could be convinced. But at the moment, I'm not interested. But those who are ready for it, have a good time. Let's see. These are now into old news. So moving on to Park Place. Let's refresh this. Okay. White House roasts SNL, latest cold open, targets Trump, blah, blah, blah. Well, what else is new? It's SNL. It's what they do. And it's not funny. Not funny anyway. Disney fans furious after Walt Disney World president calls beloved closed attractions like Muppet Vision 3D and Rivers of America underutilized areas. Disney's got problems. The Rock's movie flopped. We're talking about that. Microsoft has a catastrophic Xbox problem, self-inflicted by Game Pass and culture-destroying studios it acquired. It's almost like we talked about that yesterday on Roundtable. Catch the clipped video later this afternoon. Yes. Physical media. I buy it. I only have digital copies of stuff that don't have a physical media option. We had discussed before. There are movies that I have that don't have a physical media or are released on DVD in 4:3 aspect ratio, and I refuse that. But if it has a physical version of it, I will get it. I have a collection, but those movies that I all want to get on physical media. So as soon as I get it, then boom, I have it. So I will always go with physical media if I can. I'll always go with. I mean, of course, do I watch digital? Sure. But when it comes to owning it, when I get it, goes up. Problem is, I got no room left on the shelf. You could see. Go back to full screen here. You can see that thing is full. It is full. We're at the stacking stage over here. There ain't no room left because on the movie section, it goes all the way. I mean, the games are in the middle there because I needed the games. But that's packed. Why do you think I'm stacking games over here? I've got no room left because these were dumb purchases I made right before I went live with the channel 4 years ago. It's like, okay, I'm going to get these stands, I'm going to get these shelves. They're going to be part of my background with the limited space I have to work with here. At the very least, I can show off my physical collection of stuff that I own. That stupid bookshelf and this stupid DVD game Blu-ray rack. The rack, it's like this thin. It's a very thin. You can sort of see how thin it is. They're both massively unstable. It doesn't help that this stupid building's on a curve and everything tilts this way. But both of these things cannot stand under their own power between their own sloppy construction, sloppy design. I put them together, right? Sloppy design plus the building. So you could see it. They are anchored to the wall with tape. They're anchored to the wall. So I'm hoping, as you know, the channel grows and I can hope, and I start making enough money that when I move to Florida, that wherever I go has either real bookshelves, real shelves built in, or now I'm going to make a better purchase this time. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to buy some shelves, some shelves for my media. But I'm out of room. I can't. I've limited. I have a whole backlog of things I want to get. But I haven't done it because I'm out of room. I have nowhere left to put anything. Everything's packed and squeezed in there. And now we're stacking games on top of the PS5. So, yeah, you got a different reason, Riesel. It's a different reason. This is just retarded. And I'm gonna get a massive hit to my security deposit because when I peel the tape off, it peels the paint off the wall. But fuck this place. I hate this place. Please subscribe to the channel, watch the videos, send super chats, grow the audience so I can make enough money to move next year. Please, we got to get me out of here. Great things happen when I move to Florida. Anyway, all right. And this is all shit we've been talking about. Peacemaker ratings are tanking. James Gunn DC Experiment is losing viewers and respect. Well, we talked about that. We talked about that yesterday. Nobody's really watching that. Nobody's done. All right, we're done with the news. No news. All right, have you guys sent anything today? No, you haven't. You have not. We still got at least 12 minutes. So I guess let's fill the time. I'll do my best here as we round out the show. All right, let's start with what we got going on the rest of the day. Tonight, it will happen tonight. Tonight will happen. The Stream of Conscious, new show, 11 p.m. Eastern. Sam and Devil will be showing up for that one. We'll be chilling out, cameras off. Pure chill. Just going to talk about subjects, whatever pops in the head, we will go. Conversation will just go. And we'll own about an hour, so we're not going to go late because I got Final Fantasy to play. At the same time, tomorrow night, as promised, we didn't get to it last week, even though I did have time. I had to get some sleep when that happened last week. I took a 2-hour nap on Thursday at night. Tomorrow night, we're starting Final Fantasy Tactics Evil's Chronicles. We're going to have some fun. I'm looking forward to this. It's already installed. Physical media. It's glorious. I love it. And tonight there will be, of course, after gaming, we're playing Final Fantasy Tactics. I know Dermy will be doing a regular pseudo Saturday, but then he'll be popping in to 14. I'll be there with Kel, with Weasel, with others, having a good time, chilling, hanging out. Once more, if you're interested in Final Fantasy 14, reach out to one of us. We'd love to have you, whether you're new or a veteran of the game. At the same time, if you're interested in Monster Hunter Wilds, reach out to me, reach out to Sam. Let us know if you're interested because we just want to play and have fun. This is about chill and having a good time. Let's see. Wednesday, Space Marine 2. I don't know if that's happening, but I do know that we'll be watching Space King episode 2. That made me laugh last week. That was funny. I enjoyed that. Let's see. Anything else happens throughout the week? We'll see what happens. Drive-in this Saturday. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Sam and I were actually talking about it a little bit that last night. He likes that movie. He says, according to Sammy, he says it is the most accurate to the book out there. I say the Frank Langella one is also pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Very toned down with Sir Laurence Olivier and Frank Langella. But we'll be watching that for Saturday Night Driving. And then, of course, we got co-op stuff this weekend. And we got Roundtable, 3 p.m. Eastern. We had a new premiere. Roundtable 4.0 premiered. Even though Beardo wasn't there, he couldn't make it because he's got – listen, as we said, Beardo has to do Sports Wars. He's got football coverage he's doing for that. So it's an understandable that he couldn't make it yesterday. I was hoping to be able to make it, but I knew going in when we started the October flip around for Roundtable that Beardo was going to be in and out as a panel member because of football. But I accept that. That's fine. So hopefully Beardo could join us coming around for more and more Roundtable. So we'll be back with that 3 p.m. Eastern now every weekend. We have a good time with that. Yesterday's show was great. And that's kind of it. That's kind of it. I got nothing else. Let me see. Do I have anything? No, I got nothing. I'm sure there's Ballbusters this Friday. I don't know who our guest is. I don't know who's showing up. I do know that Dermy's working on some ideas for stuff. Here's what we have to do this week. We have to consider what our next goofy grift for Dermy is to make him. Oh no! I think we're doing karaoke again this week. I think it's karaoke. I think it's Dermy karaoke this week because it is a new month and. If Gal is back, he has to sing Spice Girls, and he has a couple other ZOs. So I think it's Dermy karaoke this week. That's what I think it is. I think that's the grip. So I don't have to think of anything at the moment. So let's see if anybody have anything else. Anything else before I guess we go. I'd love to give you guys a little more entertainment. We got people watching, but I got nothing. This show goes as far as you guys want to take it. I think Kratos. I think the question is, do you want to make me watch it? It's never about what I want. That is the heart of this show. It's not about what I want. It's what you guys want. Daily Dive is about what you guys want. That is why when we skim the news, I don't open those articles. I don't dive into it unless it's something I knew was coming up and I'd isolated it for my own segment. It's about what you guys want. This show is about what entertains you or how I entertain you. So it's not about that. I think it's about whether or not you want to make me do it. That's the question. That's always the question. As you well know, because you are one of the chief instigators of making me suffer. Jack and Jill was terrible last week. That was bad. It was a horrible movie. Not good Adam Sandler. And I like good Adam Sandler. Yeah, we watched I Want to Be Ninja and got claimed for it because those people are assholes. Here's the thing. I Want to Be Ninja wasn't even that good. It wasn't even that good. And they're going to claim me over something like that. That's the thing. It wasn't even that good. I feel like we wasted our time with I Want to Be Ninja. I feel that was a waste of time because we didn't get too much out of it. Really? I haven't gone to Screen Rant. No, I haven't seen the Screen Rant. I have not. I don't go. Yeah, I think we were talking about this the other day. I haven't gone there. But Kratos, for $20, your punishment for not having a full hour of a show in DMs. I can only do so much, but thank you, Kratos, for the $20. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Okay, opening it up. There we go. Hang on, it hasn't refreshed yet. That's no, it hasn't come through yet, unless X is being a bitch. Got other stuff. All right, let me refresh again. It didn't go through, Kratos. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. X is being weird. DMs are weird. Okay, I got it now. I got it. Thank you, Kratos. Okay. It's a re-upload. All right, so we'll do our best. So we don't care about the channel because it's a re-upload. Because it's a re-upload, they don't get a call out there just trying to market themselves off of somebody else's work, just like we are. But at least I provide fun color commentaries. So Kratos, El Kratos, for $20, your punishment for not having a full hour of a show in DMs. Again, this show has always been marketed as I give a little and then you guys decide what this show is going to be. I can only do so much because it's what you guys are interested in talking about. Anyway, so Allison Gold, Chinese food, official music. Okay, here we go.
我宁可先来做个松饼，我告诉你，你就加些松饼
What is he doing?
粉，可能加个蛋。哎，
I mean, yes, that there is a style of cooking on the hot stone, on the heated stone griddle like that. It's like essentially a Chinese griddle right there. This is who uses sticks that big? It looks like he's gonna like attack me with those.
你今天锁我的门了吗？哦，我们再加个鲜牛奶，500cc 就够了。哎，我
That lo mein looks sad. That lo mein is sad right there.
杯子呢？算了，
Original was removed for good reason.
倒进去随意就行了。
Oh, what? Wait. Okay, hang on a sec. What is that? What is that? Giving off gay?
随意就
Oh, are these noodles producing gay vibes? Is that what they're doing? That's what I'm conditioned at this point. I see rainbow. I think it's gay. I've been conditioned that way at this point. That's just truth.
行了。
After falling, I go clubbing, then I'm hugging.
Okay. That's a child. Is that Arabic? Is that Arabic? This is the same black dude that produced Friday by Rebecca Black, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what. Oh, I think I know the Friday song. Friday, it's Friday. I think I know that one. Yeah. Well, it's God telling you these noodles are gay. Don't touch them. All right, so this looks like a young teen white girl singing these Japanese words with the subtitles in what looks like, okay, I don't think that's Arabic, but I don't know what language that is. Do we know what language that is? I don't know what language this is.
Then I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Okay, she's okay. Oh, wait. The subtitles are changing. All right, hang on. Let's go back. She's speaking English. I thought she was speaking Chinese.
随意就行了。
After falling, I go clubbing, then I'm hugging, then I'm hungry, and I'm walking
Is she speaking different languages?
on the street, and I'm getting grumpy. I see chow by my right.
I'm missing. It's just unintelligible. Okay. It's not languages. It's just unintelligible. Then why were there other language subtitles? I'm already lost. She sees Chow by her right.
That's my food in the air.
Is she retarded?
It's Chinese food.
Oh, I feel like this should have been a meme at one point right here.
My favorite. So I'm getting hungry.
All right, I'm getting major PDF file vibes from this. I'm getting major PDF file vibes.
I love Chinese food.
What is going on here? She's not Chinese. I don't think she's Chinese.
You know that it's true. I love fried rice. I love noodles. I love chow mein.
Why does this exist? What is going on here? All right. I've said this a few times today, this phrase, old adages. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Just because you have the ability to make a music video doesn't mean you should. This video, this has no business in being in existence. I feel like I feel like some PDF file had this girl make this, and that this is some sort of code for shit like that. I'm
Love Chinese food. You know that it's true.
You notice the numbers aren't changing on the cash register. I was just like, oh man, this is terrible. This is terrible. You know, I can blow my nose.
I love noodles. I love chow mein, Read the menu. They got broccoli, even chicken wings. Make it spicy.
Okay, all right. I was blowing my nose, so it took me a second to recontextualize what I'm looking at. What is with all these kids? What is with these kids? This is made by PDF files. I'm convinced. I am convinced. This was made for some sick sons of bitches.
Make it spicy, and you like it, cause it's beautiful, and it tastes so good. I like the egg rolls,
No.
and the
I would say no. Don't you eat that egg roll? Don't you fucking eat that egg roll? I would go for pea pods. I prefer pea pods or broccoli. I actually prefer beef and broccoli. That is the old standard go-to. I still need to work on my brown sauce. I cannot get a brown sauce to work. I'm missing something. I had a discussion on this about a month ago with my mom, and she found some website where she said these recipes look good, and I just haven't gotten around to it. There's something about it. I had this great brown sauce recipe when I went to culinary school. We had this giant binder for the course, and when we got to Asian food, it was beef and broccoli day, and the recipe for the brown sauce that I had in that was outstanding, but I lost it 20 years ago. I lost it, and I have never been able to replicate the taste that I created. I made a perfect brown sauce. I made a perfect brown sauce with that recipe. It was outstanding. Now my sesame sauce, my sesame sauce is peak. It's delicious. I had sesame chicken on Friday. It was great. But I gotta get my brown sauce. That's the next thing I've got to make. I gotta lock that down. Gotta lock down the brown sauce. Beef and broccoli, baby. Of course, broccoli's too fucking expensive right now. I ain't paying $2 a pound for broccoli. I'm not doing that.
wonton soup. This makes me feel so good. Put your cookies down my future.
That man, this man,
Chinese.
No! What is this? What is this? What is this? The panda. It's a furry.
Chinese food.
Kratos, you bastard. Oh, this proves it. I was right. You're gonna meet a new friend. Let's go back. You will find a new friend.
Chinese food.
All right. Let's understand what the cookie said. You will find a new friend. I just said it. The cookie said you will find a new friend. All right. We understand the story of this music video. That Chinese man, he runs a Chinese restaurant geared to bring in the children, and his true customers are the PDF file furries in panda suits. He's looking at the real buffet. You sick motherfuckers. You sick motherfuckers. This is degeneracy. Disgusting. Oh. That's how they match them up. He delivers the fortune cookie to their target. This is sick shit, dude. This is fucking sick shit. This is disgusting. This is terrible. No! God damn, that's terrible. What? This is grooming. This is grooming. Why does this exist? And she's in a bathing suit of some sort. This chick can't be more than 12 or 13 years old. Wood chipper. Wood chipper.
You know that it's true. I love fried rice. I love noodles. I love chow.
Okay, she's not in a bathing suit. She's in short shorts and a tank top. That's not any better. It's not any better.
Main chow, main. I love Chinese food.
Wood chipper. Wood chipper. Ugh. No.
You know that it's true.
What the? This is so wrong. This is so wrong.
I love fried rice. I love noodles. I love chow mein, chow.
What is the? I can't say the words. I cannot say the words I want to say. What for the twist? Is it the what's the twist? The reveal. He's gonna take the head off.
I love Chinese food.
No! Lord, no! Oh! Oh, why is it gotta be a black man? Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh, God damn it. Oh. Oh, it's the same dude from Friday. I don't think I didn't watch that one that much when that was a thing. Oh my goodness. Oh. These people belong in hell. This dude, everybody involved in this belongs in hell, courtesy of a wood chipper. Oh, wow.
And some water soup. Get me broccoli.
Yeah, you're there for the broccoli, you degenerate fuck, furry. They're playing Monopoly with the panda phone.
Don't be a busy bee, cause it's your fantasy.
Oh, it gets worse. We still have a minute, I guess. There's still a minute. It could only get worse. I swear to God, if these girls start dancing for him.
Chinese food, egg roll and chop suey. I use the chopsticks to eat hot sticks. Put some hot sauce.
No. That, again, this is made by PDF file degenerate motherfuckers who also be visiting the wood chipper and burning in hell.
Sweet and sour, make it sweet. Because Chinese food takes away my stress. Now I'm gonna go and eat Panda Express.
Okay, one. Wait, is he got a scar across the head, across the panda head there? What the hell? And and those are kimonos. Those aren't even Japanese. I mean Chinese. Those are kimonos. That's Japanese. Oh, they're dancing. Here it comes. Oh, that was the stick across the face. No. Who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? God. No. Where were they? Where were they? You degenerate. Oh, this is evil. This is fucking evil, man. I have such a horrible joke in my mind, but I'm not going to say it because it's not really funny. I was right. Right about here. Right about here. I was right. I said, why are there kids here? Why are there only kids here? I was right. My antenna was up. Something's wrong here. And then, here's the pimp. Here's the pimp. Oh, you'll find. Oh, here's the panda. Let's do it together. And then motherfucker. There was I could tell there was something wrong there, man. All these little girls in a Chinese restaurant, all these little kids, Chinese, something wrong. Something wrong. Wood chippers. Invest in wood chippers. Jesus, dude. Oh. Oh man. All right. Thank you, Kratos, for that. Let's make this go away. Make it go away. $15 on stream elements from Your Ginger. Yeah. It's long, but they shocking make some good points. And we've got a link. Thank you, my ginger. And that's just the way I have to say that is wrong. So let's check out an article here then. Oh boy. All right, let's get rid of that. Bring this up here. Okay. We've got an article on screen. Couldn't be accessed? What? Oh, because I had a problem there. Okay, let's try that there. There we go. I can push buttons like the best of them. Fuck you, Screen Rant. Okay. Let's bring it up. Oh, come on, Chrome. Work with me here. Thank you. Chrome is lagging. I apologize. Chrome is lagging. It's taking forever. Well, it has to be better than that video, Jed, because that video was about demonic behavior. God, Chrome, what the hell? It bursts and bursts. Maybe it doesn't go away. Okay, here we go. All right. How Disney Plus broke Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and the fight to bring the mega franchises back. All right. Let's go. Over the last 6 years, Disney Plus has become one of the biggest streaming platforms. That's a lie. Right away, that's a lie. They are not what they're at the bottom of the streaming platforms. Disney Plus is at the bottom. They're only big right now because they folded in Hulu. And to say it currently has a staggering 120 million, okay, let's have a quick history lesson. What was Disney Plus's high of subscribers? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? I do, because we covered it during the years when they were reporting the numbers. 160 million. That was Disney Plus's subscriber peak. 160 million. Between 155 and 160 was their peak in, I want to say, 2023. I want to say that was their peak in 2023. And they've been bleeding since then. Look at this fucking shill screen rant bullshit to try and snow job you right out of the gate in the first paragraph. Disney's quarter 3 2020 report, it currently has a staggering 120 million. Yeah, where'd the other 25 million, almost 30 million subs go? Oh, people canceled. And it was before save Jimmy, save. No, this is real people canceling, not fake people canceling. Bullshit. Don't try and snow me. I know the truth. Behind only Netflix and Amazon, and yet as impressive as this may seem, streaming was always higher Susie. Okay, they could say only behind Netflix and Amazon, but they make no money, and their subscriber base is not loyal. Paramount Plus and HBO Max have a smaller subscriber base, but they get way more views and way more interaction than people on watching Disney Plus. That's just the truth. That is a straw man number. A House of Cards number. Excuse me. All right, Bob Iger knew this. The streaming boom was already beginning to disrupt Hollywood. I got the hiccups. Hold on a second. Sorry. Okay. Too much talking too quickly. Yeah. Show me the unique. Excellent point, Kel. Show me the unique logins. At the same time, show me subscribers that didn't have it forced upon them with their phone plan, with their Verizon plan, with something else. Show me those. All right? Show me those. Oh, wait a minute. You can't, because Disney doesn't report their subscribers anymore for Disney Plus. The only reason we got this is because it was a quarterly report. But the launch of Disney Plus would accelerate it. Existing business models, ones that were working, will be put on pause or become less important. And one more thing he remembers saying in his autobiography, The Ride of a Lifetime, it won't make money for a while. Newsflash, it hasn't made money ever, and it will never make money. It will not. I mean, I'll give Bob Iger credit. He saw it coming, and they worked on Disney Plus for a lot of years. They sank billions into it and haven't made a single red cent of profit. Nothing. Streaming only became profitable. Lie. This is a flat out lie. Disney Plus is not profitable. It's only profitable when they paid themselves to make it look profitable. When you pay yourself for a movie you already own to put it on Disney Plus, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, as the saying goes. Disney Plus is never profitable. They are lying right here. This is a flat out lie. They just raised the prices on Disney Plus because you know why? They're not making any money. You don't raise prices if you're making a profit. You don't. The problem, though, is that the disruption has persisted. And looking back, the pivot to Disney Plus has done massive damage to 3 Disney biggest brands. No, it wasn't just Disney Plus. It's how the brands are treated in general. Disney Plus era of Star Wars hasn't been pretty. Wow! Let's get in the Wayback Machine. Let's get in the Wayback Machine and understand myself and many others, people before me, before I got on YouTube. I wish I had been on YouTube in 2019. I'd have a 100,000 subscriber channel right now with my knowledge of Star Wars and my ability to critique it. If I had been there that time, this channel would be, I'd have given you guys 2 or 3 books at this point if the channel was at that, if I'd been around in 2019 as not just a viewer sitting in this, not this chair, sitting in a chair in front of this computer over there on the other side of the room watching. If I had actually had a channel, not just been in the chat, wow. Because I knew all this just like everybody else fucking did. We knew they destroyed it at The Last Jedi. So this is bullshit. Disney Plus didn't air. This was air Star Wars. It didn't happen on Disney Plus. It happened in the movie theater. And then you rolled out a fucking shitty ass Mandalorian show, which was a repurposed Boba Fett show and movie, and you put it out there, and you had dog shit. But everybody was trapped in their houses thinking they're gonna get the COVID and die. So of course, everybody watched it. They had no place else to go. I didn't watch it because I'm fuck this. I ain't gonna watch no fucking Disney Star Wars bullshit. People did, and they got suckered because they were bored and they had nothing else. And initially, it wasn't that offensive. It was just lame. Most viewers were introduced to the bounty hunter Boba Fett 45 years ago in The Empire Strikes Back, a mysterious and efficient warrior. He was said to wear iconic Mandalorian armor. Over the decades, the Star Wars expanded viewers. Okay, they get a point. At least they said the correct thing. At least they used the correct term. You get a point. Congratulations. You're still jackasses. Built a whole mythology around the Mandalorians. A better mythology than what Dave Filoni and his crew of Mongoloids have done. Dave Filoni, starting in the Clone Wars, started to ruin the Mandalorians. We're pacifists. Fuck you. And then in December 2019, Mandalorians went mainstream. The Mandalorian premiered alongside the launch of Disney Plus and was an absolute hit. According to Nielsen, season 1 amassed a staggering 5.42 billion minutes of viewing time during its run because nobody had anywhere else to go. Nobody had anything else to watch or do. And people hadn't, a lot of the normies had not realized what Disney Star Wars was yet. It all got off such a promising start. The Mandalorian Season 2, which released only a few months later in 2020, was just successful. No, it wasn't. No, it was not successful. It was actually tanking until the dead-eyed Luke Skywalker revealed the end. I'm sorry, Jake Skywalker, because that's Jake Skywalker. That's not Luke Skywalker. The show was doing terribly. So we have had on these first three paragraphs, these first two sections here, multiple lies. Stand shield carrying multiple lies. That's what we've had. It's that simple. Lies, lies, lies. And then it all went badly wrong. Lucasfilm lacked the bandwidth to maintain the pace of production and quality. Wait, you're blaming the quality on lacked the bandwidth to maintain the on pace of production? You took 2 to 3 years between shows to make 8 episodes. Stargate, Star Trek, many shows forever did 24 episodes a season in a year. Excuse me, I have to blow my nose. Lack the bandwidth for pace my ass. You took 2 years to make 8 episodes. You spent hundreds of millions of dollars on these projects. And that's when the quality suffered? Fuck you. No, what Disney did was hire people who had no television experience to make television. And they left it in the hands of Dave fucking Filoni. Cheaper shows sadly looked it. The Obi-Wan finale featured a strategically chosen battle on a shadowed planet where costs could be controlled. On other shows, costs spiraled, but there were diminishing returns in terms of viewership. This is such a curated response to the collapse of Disney Star Wars. They're leaving out the stories were terrible, the characters were terrible, the agenda crammed in there, the disrespect to Star Wars. Oh my God. Leslie Headland, former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. Leslie Headland's The Acolyte is the perfect case in point. The Acolyte's eye-watering $230 million budget means it was one of the most expensive Star Wars shows ever made, but it just didn't join the numbers because it was a shit show. It was made for gay sex. It was made for gay sex and feminist empowerment. As Jimmy Doyle, a film and TV analyst at Luminate Analytics, explained in 2024 review of Screen Rant, I bet we've read this before. The Acolyte had lower viewership than most of any other Star Wars show when it premiered, and then it didn't gain viewership because it was a terrible show. It was just bad, based in the High Republic, which nobody asked for and nobody wanted as an era in Star Wars. It actually lost a little bit of viewership during its run. Lost a little bit. Never had it. Had 87,000 people who watched that dog shit because they all signed the petition to save the Acolyte. The Acolyte had so much water carrying done. They wrote articles. They had petitions about how we're all sexist and misogynist because we don't like it. So with that loss of viewership, in addition to the critical reception of the show, meaning the hate, those two things kind of led you to that cancellation. No, it was canceled because it was bad and nobody watched it, and they spent over $200 million and didn't make any money. This is hysterical. Let's go back. They said Disney Plus was profitable in 2024. When did The Acolyte come out? In 2024! $230 million, no money made. How can you make profit in 2024 when your $230 million show didn't make any money? Please explain that to me. I bet you can't. 6 years after the launch of Disney Plus, there's constant chatter about Star Wars fatigue, as though Disney has unfortunately diluted the brand by putting it out too much content far too quickly. Star Wars is finally returning to the big screen with the Mandalorian and Grogu, and it's landed with a whimper, not a bang, because it's dog shit. Because Dave Filoni can't make Star Wars, and neither can any of the other ones, including Tony Gilroy, who's just a political hack. The MCU expanded on Disney Plus, and Marvel suffered. Now there is truth to the statement that too much too quickly ruined the MCU. No breathing room, nothing sat, nothing simmered, and on top of everything, every story with dog shit. When Disney Plus launched in 2019, Marvel Studios was riding high on the success of Avengers Endgame, which closed out the franchise's first decade of storytelling to a staggering $2.799 billion box office haul. And the MCU ended with Endgame. If you stop there, you're fine. You're fine. You can walk off. At the time, it seemed like the Marvel Cinematic Universe had its chief architect, Kevin Feige. Not really. He was the guy who stole the reins from more creative and better leadership. Now, president of Marvel Studios could do no wrong. However, the mandate came down from Disney that Marvel, like many of their brands, including Star Wars and Pixar, needed to make content that would be exclusive to the company's new streaming service. Marvel went full tilt on greenlighting TV shows that would be instrumental to the overarching narrative of post-Endgame MCU to disastrous results. But I was told for years every show was great and a success. How many times did they tell us that WandaVision, that Loki, that Ms. Marvel, that Falcon Winter Soldier, that these had such great ratings? We had to understand that the ratings they had were so great. Everything was so fun. The MCU is fine. During this period of time, Screen Rant and every other goddamn shill website, shill source out there told us everything was fine. Everything was great. And here you are telling us now bullshit. That it's fallen apart. You do not hate these people enough. You don't. At first seemed like the blah blah blah. First seemed like Marvel's expansion to Disney Plus was going well, with shows headlined by some of the MCU's biggest stars: Liz Olsen, Paul Bettany in WandaVision, Tom Hiddleston in Loki, and Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan in Falcon Winter Soldier. Anthony Mackie's not a star. It's been proven. Anthony Mackie is not a star. People would have been more interested in just a Winter Soldier TV show because people like Bucky, people like Sebastian Stan. People are not interested in Sam Wilson, Captain Black America. They're interested in Sam Wilson, the Falcon. but he isn't the Falcon anymore because they had to run with all new, all different Marvel and steal the mantle that Steve Rogers owns. However, the timeline of the connecting these Disney Plus shows to the MCU movies was messy at best. In the case of Falcon Winter Soldier, the film followed Captain America Brave New Flittering World, came out nearly 4 years later. There's a reason it came out 4 years later. Because they reshot it 4 times. Because it was a disaster from day one. It was a disaster movie that should never have been greenlit because there was no way that Anthony Mackie as Black Falcon Captain America could handle hold up a movie. And it played out exactly that way. That's how it played out. It was supposed to come out a year later, but they had to reshoot it because it was dog shit over and over and over again. This is what we call revisionist history. That's what this is. They're trying to spin it a certain way. It's like, oh, this is why it failed. Not the reason that all these evil, toxic nerd chud boys said for years. This is why it failed. Because we're still right when we said it was doing fine. Bullshit. But the delay between story threads was just one problem created by the MCU's expansion into television. Prior to the launch of D+, Marvel released at most 3 movies a year. Then in 2021, due in part to playing catch-up after the pandemic, Marvel released 4 movies and 5 TV shows. This slate tripled the MCU's typical output and exponentially increased its time commitment, and also wasted billions of dollars in production that they never made any money back on. That's truth. Audiences simply couldn't keep up, and neither could Feige. No, audiences, it's not that they couldn't keep up. They chose not to keep up. If something is good, people will watch it, and they'll keep up with it. They'll do the homework without complaint. If it's dog shit, they're not going to watch it. And the MCU is dog shit, and the homework is worthless because all the homework you do doesn't matter when you get to the movie. That's the problem. Aside from the fact that it's all terrible. And neither could Feige. A Wall Street Journal report published earlier this year stated that creatives would spend weeks fine-tuning MCU projects only for that work to be made irrelevant once Feige weighed in. It was that's an example of Feige, a man who's not truly creative, but wants to be a creative, trying to insert his ideas. And because he's the guy in charge, they all got to bend the knee. It was so difficult to get time with the Marvel boss that desperate staffers were resorted to chasing Feige in the halls to get answers. Marvel felt the strain of producing D+ shows alongside their movies, which led to the decline of quality. No, the decline in quality comes from the people involved in making these. You hired Chloe Zhao, who never had any experience in making a big budget movie, to make The Eternals. Oh, and you greenlit The Eternals when nobody asked for it. Nobody wanted it. And then you greenlit The Eternals, a story which doesn't make sense when lined up alongside the previous 3 phases of the MCU. And you wonder, well, where were these people? Oh, now we have to tell some retcon story as to why they didn't get involved in a story they should have been involved with because they have beef with Thanos. So don't tell me that the strain of production is what ruined the quality. No, it's the choices in who you hired and the choices in what you chose to make that ruined the quality. There were these negative review shows like Secret Invasion, movies like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and the increasingly untenable storylines of the Multiverse Saga. We was kings. Once again, when you choose your big bad to be Kang, who the moment we all heard that, those of us who knew who Kang was said, there is no way Kang can carry the phase as the big bad. There's no way. He's not a big enough threat. And then you got, what's his name, who turned out to be a disaster, both as Kang and as a human being, and a liability. Jonathan Majors. He was a terrible choice. But they hired him because he went to clown school. Hire a clown to be a clown. So that's all bullshit. It starts with the decision to do a multiverse saga, the decision to make Kang. These are all decisions Kevin Feige made with others. It has nothing to do with strain on production. This is bullshit. The result is that the once great MCU has fallen so far from the heights of 2019, it's mind-boggling. And we called it while it happened, and each and every one, I guarantee these two idiots who wrote this article called all of us names. Derogatory, hate-filled names, as we pointed out the decline when it was happening. Oh, just shut up. You're a misogynist. You're a bigot. You're a phobe. Not all of Marvel's problems can be attributed to D+. Of course, ballooning budgets made it nearly impossible for the movies to make a turn profit. Oh, now you want to talk about that because years later, the real budgets are coming out. The ones that we said exactly what they were, but you said, oh, no, it really was just $150 million. No, it was $250 and above. Go suck my dick. Unfortunately for Marvel, hasn't managed to hook viewers the way it did in the early days of the MCU, and the expansion of D+ made it increasingly difficult for those who want to stick around. Like Star Wars, D+ led to a wave of Marvel fatigue. No, it's bad movie fatigue. There's this myth that you get tired of a franchise is bullshit. You get tired of it when the stories suck and the characters suck. It's not that there's so much of it, it's that it's all terrible. There's no good product in there ever at all. D+ irreparably changed how audiences watch Pixar movies. Now you bring Pixar into it. Pixar, who used to be a money juggernaut, now gets you nothing. While Kevin Feige staunchly protested releasing Marvel movies on D+ during the pandemic, though Black Widow was ultimately released concurrently in theaters at an extra cost of streaming because there had to be lawsuits involved, Pixar didn't fare as well. Soul 2020, Luca 2021, Turning Red 2022, all released directly on D+ at no extra cost, which has had lasting effects on the animation studio. Also, all those movies were dog shit. They were all terrible. Nobody watched them because they were terrible. Apart from Inside Out 2, which essentially they were hands off of. Inside Out 2 was sectioned away from the no touchers, from the PDF files, from the agenda-driven blue-haired land whales. It was sectioned off. They wanted to insert everything in there, and they said, no, let's not do that. And it made money because nobody was ready for it. And it was just normal movie. Surprise! Normal movie makes a lot of money. Woo! Sorry for Inside Out. Apart from Inside Out 2, which earned $1.6 billion, and Pixar's recent theatrical releases have struggled at the box office. Lightyear, a spinoff from Lucas. Lightyear, starring Chris Evans, who isn't Buzz Lightyear when Tim Allen is available. But oh no, Tim Allen doesn't align ideologically with Disney and Pixar. But then you have to bring him back for Toy Story 5 because you can't actually have an actual Toy Story installment without the voice of Buzz Lightyear. You can't. But you could have gotten it for that, and it probably would have gone better. Oh, maybe also Lightyear shouldn't have been injecting, I don't know, lesbianism and alphabet mafia agenda into the movie. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. Turned a lot of people off. In fact, none passed the 500 million benchmark, especially those that were released theatrically only in markets where Disney wasn't available. Failure, failure, failure. Comparatively, Pixar's pre-pandemic slate included massive hits like Incredibles 2, which is a bad movie. And that's, before people knew what was going on at Disney. But Incredibles 2 is not a good movie. There's like one good scene. What's the baby's name? Jax, I don't know. Ginster, I don't know what baby's name. Against the raccoon. The baby raccoon fight was the only funny thing in that movie. The rest of that movie's dog shit. And the first movie is brilliant. Incredibles 1 is a brilliant movie. An actual Fantastic Four movie. Toy Story 4, which everybody hates, earned $1 billion. Everybody despises. The Toy Story fans despise Toy Story 4. They hate it. And Coco, which generated 814. Nobody thinks about Coco. Nobody cares about Coco. With its tentpoles earning over $1 billion and its original films generating more than $800 million, Pixar was certainly more successful before the pandemic. when Disney's decisions turned it into a streaming brand only. No, Disney turned it over. They fired John Lasseter because he hugged somebody during Me Too. And they brought in Alphabet Mafia lunatics. That's why Pixar failed. That's why Pixar failed. Not because of the pandemic and make it a streaming only, because they handed it over to untalented, agenda-driven assholes who made bad movies that people didn't want to watch. Turning Red is about a girl's period. That's the metaphor. And little girls physically thirsty over boy bands. That's what that movie's about. Truth. Of course, some of the decline can't be attributed to the changing theatrical landscape where non-IP family movies have especially struggled. Encanto from Disney Animation Studios was a veritable flop at the box office because it was a dumb movie. It was dumb. And y'all praised it when it came out, said it was the greatest thing ever. Let's not talk about Bruno. I think that's on. We don't talk about Bruno. I was in a hotel room not too long ago, and I was sitting on the balcony at one point, and they were showing Encanto at the poolside on giant screens, and I got to listen to it for a little bit. The songs were terrible. The movie was dumb. Not a good movie. That's why it failed. But Encanto became such a viral success when the movie hit streaming, it became one of Disney Plus's newest and most exciting properties. Once again, we always come back to this argument. Just because it's successful on your streaming platform doesn't mean it's successful. It just means your people watched it. It's not anywhere else. Hail Arturo. And I'm right now stressed because we're reading bullshit. We're reading bullshit. So no, that whole idea of, it's the number one on our platform because it's on your platform. It's only competing with your stuff. It's not actually competing against things people actually may want to watch on other platforms. Bullshit. This is the wordplay bullshit. Word salad. And obfuscation and pushing of false narratives. It's clear that Disney Plus changed the way viewers expect to watch animated movies, both from Pixar and Disney Animation. No, it didn't. It didn't change anything. Streaming in general changed things because the movie theater experience is dead. They only have movies in a movie theater for at most 30 to 45 days now, the 45-day window. And then they dump it on streaming or a digital release. So a lot of people are going to just wait to watch it at home. Because I told you, I went to the movies a couple weeks ago to see Demon Slayer. It was a miserable experience again. Got to reserve my seat. Or if I haven't reserved it yet, then I can't just walk in and sit where I want. I had to sit way too close. People were annoying as ever because they got their fucking goddamn phones out. They're constantly talking. No respect for the process. Movie going sucks right now. So of course, a lot of people are going to choose if they have to just if they can wait a month and a half and they can get it online and watch it in the comfort of their home where they can get a drink that they want that they don't pay $6 for. They can have the food that they like they didn't pay $8 for, and then you can pause it to go take a piss. So it's not that Disney changed anything. It's streaming in general changed movie watching. This is a false point trying to attribute it to just Disney. No, why don't you talk about the entire problem of movie going in general and streaming in general that has ruined the movie going experience? Try that, assholes. Is there a way back for Disney? I'll say this. No, there isn't. There isn't. There's not a way back for Disney. Not at all. Because they've abandoned their original audience for the manufactured modern audience. But we have to read this. Bob Iger, the Disney CEO responsible for the initial rollout of D+, returned to that role in November 2022. No, he was always, once again, lies. He was always there. He never left his office with the bathroom that he liked that he purposely kept. So bobblehead Chapek had the smaller office. Iger never left the building. He was always there. He just put Chapek out there to be the fall guy because he saw what the disaster was going to happen with D+ and COVID. He knew it. Set it up. He was presented as the one saving the company from the missteps of Chapek. Once again, he said it all. He set up Chapek to be the fall guy. He set him up to be the fall guy so he could still be the savior and not have any of this land on his feet. At his feet. The irony in this, more a little ironic. After all, Iger is the one who set the direction and the momentum for Disney. He set the table everybody's been dining at. That is true. You got that one right. The next few years will be the true test of Iger's legacy. He has no legacy. It's a legacy of buying things and ruining franchises. That's his legacy. And destroying Bob Iger's legacy is destroying the renaissance and restitution that Michael Eisner handed him. Michael Eisner saved the company in the 90s. Michael Eisner saved Disney and built it into a monolithic giant of a company that understood it had an audience and it was going to please that audience. And then in came Bob Iger and just spent Michael Eisner's money to buy shit and then ruin it. Can he successfully find a way to reverse the damage done in the last few years? We've already seen dramatic reductions in the number of Star Wars and MCU shows coming out. Have we? It's still the same shit. It's just taking longer. They still shove out visions and this and that, and here's this animated thing. There's still shit coming out. It's just getting forgotten quickly from gnat brains. We all know of one live-action Star Wars show in production now, Ahsoka Season 2, and Kevin Feige has said Marvel will be limited to releasing only 2 MCU shows a year going forward. The hope is to reverse the brand dilution. But the real test will come on the big screen. Star Wars is in the usual position of having 2 shots at fixing the problems. Mando and Grogu, followed by Starfighter, both of which will fail miserably. Mando Grogu's only going to make between $350 and $450 million. Starfighter, probably very similar, because guess what? Excuse me. Mando Grogu, nobody likes it. Nobody wants it. And it looks stupid. And Starfighter has no connective tissue that they are relying on to get the jangly key crowd interested. It's got nothing. Going to do disaster. They are going to lose. We've covered this in the past. Disney Star Wars has never made a profit. Lucasfilm has not made a profit since they bought it from George. It's in the red. Remains in the red. The latter comes out the franchise's 50th anniversary year. Yeah, let's put out a dog shit movie that's going to overshadow the re-release of actual Star Wars. Which means it should land with impact. No, it won't. Whatever happens to Mando Grogu. No, Mando Grogu is going to leave such a sour taste in everybody's mouth. It's going to affect it. It's going to. Because nobody likes Disney Star Wars. For the MCU, it's a matter of securing a future after the inevitably successful Avengers. Wow. That's Dreamland. Doomsday is already, we pretty much know it's already a $600 million movie. It's going to be a $600 million movie. They don't have a finished script. The reshoots are going to happen multiple times. And Secret Wars has already been pushed. They've already pushed back Doomsday, which they've had to push back Secret Wars. They just pushed back a release date in 2027 and replaced it with, I forget what. I think that was Doomsday's release date. Secret Wars release date. They've already pushed it back. They're inevitably successful. No. Both these movies are good. These movies cost too much money. You cannot have success. It will flop. And we've had the discussion, what is a flop? We've talked about that. A flop doesn't mean a bomb. It just means it doesn't make money. Neither of these movies will make money. The costs are too high. Remember, Robert Downey Jr., they gave him $90 million for 2 movies. That means on both movies, you automatically have a $45 million in the budget built in. Add another $20 million for the Russo brothers on each one of those. And then all the other cast members they have to bring in there. You're at $100 million essentially for at each movie on cast and crew alone. And you haven't even started shooting yet. There's no way these movies make money. These are not successful. Not going to be successful. And they're going to be dog shit too. Remember the story for a few weeks ago, Alan Cumming talking about, I was working with green screens and people in masks, so I don't even know what I was doing there. You have actors who don't even know the story they're telling, their characters are telling. How can that be successful and good? It's not going to be. With the MCU expected to lean into X-Men post-Secret Wars, as well as go through a soft reboot, Marvel could come back stronger than ever. No, it won't, because they're going to make it all gay. As for Pixar, Inside Out 2 offers some much-needed hope, and they already lost all that money. Inside Out 2 is a distant memory at this point. If the animation studio can lure audiences back in theaters with known properties like upcoming Toy Story 5, Incredibles 3, and Coco 2, perhaps we should reestablish the franchise Perhaps that will reestablish the franchise as one to see on the big screen. You notice they haven't mentioned Moana 2 or Lilo and Stitch that made all their money. Oh, because everything that Lucasfilm and the MCU put out wiped away those profits this year. Wiped out, gone. Moana 2 made money, but they don't want to talk about that because that was a project that was originally a TV series, and they spit and duct taped that together and pushed it out without any fanfare, and it was essentially an inoffensive movie. If it has a knock-on effect, original films Hoppers and Gatto could be more successful and top that $500 million trip. I haven't even heard of that. Making matters worse, though, all this happening in fraught political. Oh, shut up. Here they go. Blame the tariffs. All this happening in a fraught political environment where a single misstep can result in a boycott. If Iger can pull this off, he can reverse the damage of D+, then he will have earned his place in Disney Annals of Fame. This entire piece, written by Thomas Bacon and Molly Freeman, who I believe we've encountered in the past when we cover these types of things, this is so much lies and misrepresentations of reality. All right, thank you for this one, my ginger. We know who it is. I hope you guys got your money's worth on that one. Because that was a trip. So much lies. So many lies in that one. So many. All right. We have now definitely... Oh, wow. We went really long then. We got way over with the video talking. Okay, we are way over. As you see, the show goes in the direction you guys want. This is your show. I'm just your monkey dancing to the grinder. That's all I am for this show. I get a little bit. It's what you guys want to talk about, what you guys want to watch, what you guys want to ask me. That's the whole point of Daily Dive. It's a chat fan interactive show. What you guys want, you guys get. Anyway, so we are going to wrap it up now if we got nothing else. Yeah. There was a lot of red meat on that article. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up then. Thank you, everybody. Remember, tomorrow night, we're doing FF Tactics, Evil East Chronicles. We're going to start playing that, solo streaming every Tuesday. Play that, have a good time. And then Wednesday, Warhammer Wednesdays. Rest of the week, remember, Saturday Night Driving this week is Bram Stoker's Dracula. And we'll be back with other stuff like that. So thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, take it easy. Oh, yeah, tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, Stream of Conscious. See you then.